What is up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Emphasis on Sports. As usual, I'm the host, Damon Anthony. Like and subscribe if you're new. If you like to listen to podcasts, we're available on all your podcast streaming platforms. Check it out, Emphasis on Sports. For those that are new, we call it Emphasis on Sports because that's when we talk about the sport. We emphasize on that, not in the things outside of the game. You know what I mean? That being said, let's get it going. All right. So this week is going to be a heavy week. Always during football season, I'm going to talk more about football than I do anything else. It's my favorite sport. For those that don't know, I do keep an eye on WNBA, on Major League Baseball, on hockey. I actually really love hockey. When the NBA comes around, I'm rolling. But this is football season. We're going to talk football. It's really all there is to it. Uh, this is NFL's week 3. Seen a lot of interesting things go on thus far. Some of the things week 1 that everybody was like, "Oh, yay, this is great," kind of been brought back down to earth for week 3. Also, as usual, injuries. You don't want to see anybody get hurt, but injuries are a part of the game. This week, a lot of quarterbacks nicked up, dinged up. As we go through the games, we're going to talk about some of those because some of those quarterbacks, I just don't know if I could rock with that team without their guy. I know the rest of the team may look good, but without their guy, how good do they look, right? So that being said, let's get into it. NFL week 3. So week 3 starts off tonight with the Miami Dolphins visiting the Buffalo Bills. We're current line on this one, Buffalo minus 11.5. This, for all intents and purposes, definitely looks like um, Buffalo probably should kick Miami's ass, but we all know what happens in the NFL. That team that looks terrible plays a division foe and somehow bubbles up. That being said, I still like Buffalo. Kind of like Buffalo with the points, a little bit leaning towards Miami, but go ahead and give me Buffalo. I think Miami is just a team in total disrepair. I really think that they're cooked on the season. I think that there's a lot going on with that team that we don't see when we watch things that no one's talking about. I think there's going to end up being wholesale changes on that team sometime during the year or at least at the end of the year. Meanwhile, Buffalo's looking like Buffalo. Give me Buffalo. Give me the points. On Sunday, there's some very interesting games. There's a few kind of those games. There's a definite, no one cares game of the week. You hear me? All right, so starting off Sunday, we got the Green Bay Packers at the Cleveland Browns. Currently, the line is Green Bay minus 7.5. Green Bay is becoming like the NFL's darlings, at least in the NFC. Everyone's saying, oh, this is their year, especially with the whole 27-27 thing, all of those, which, hey, maybe it is. I'm not going to necessarily say, yes, they're all-time great team. They're going to go to the Super Bowl. They're going to do this. They're not going to say that at all. But what I will say is, they're playing the Browns. The Browns are sad. I got the Packers probably putting foot to ass when it comes to the Browns. Right now, the line 7.5. Give me the Packers. Next up, we got the Indianapolis Colts at the Tennessee Titans. Current line is Colts minus 4.5. Before the season, this one would have looked a little bit more interesting. At this point, Danny Dimes, Indiana Jones, call him what you want to call him. My dude's looking good on the new year. The Colts are somewhere they haven't been for a very long time. 2-0 to start off the season. I think that carries forward with this game. I like the Colts to win this one. I like them to cover as well. That offense actually does look pretty good. Jonathan Taylor, we're just waiting for him to start scoring some touchdowns. He's putting up some yards. Danny Dimes, Indiana Jones, however you want to say his name. The dude is spreading the ball all over the field and doing a damn good job. Their rookie, Ty Warren, also looking great at tight end. Meanwhile, Tennessee, rebuilding team, rebuilding year. Rookie quarterback who looks pretty good, but for this game, give me the Colts minus that 4.5. Then the next one, this one was not supposed to be this way, folks. But now this is the nobody cares game of the week. We, we, we got the Cincinnati Bengals at the Minnesota Vikings. This is a battle of backups. Cincinnati, you're going to have Browning. For Minnesota, you're going to have Wentz. Name you don't hear too often, right? So with this one, it's tough. Current line on this one is Minnesota minus 2.5. I like Cincinnati to win this game straight up. The main reason is the rest of the team around the quarterback. Offensively, we know Cincinnati can be a juggernaut. Minnesota still finding themselves. We know they got Jay Jettas over there. Now we're on a backup running back who's great. He came from home, you know what I mean? So we know Mason does his thing. But outside of those two guys, what do you really got in Minnesota? What you need is there is a quarterback that's going to sling it and do their damn thing. I don't know if that's Carson Wentz this week. I just happen to like Cincinnati. So in the nobody cares game of the week, give me the Bengals plus 2.5. I think they're just going to win this one straight up. Next one, this is an ever changing game, I believe. The Pittsburgh Steelers at the New England Patriots. This one, I really would love to say Pittsburgh. In a couple years past, I would have said Pittsburgh. But Pittsburgh's defense, not offense, something you don't expect to say. Their defense just doesn't look good. It looks mid, looks average. They've given up 30 points both of the first two games. I really don't expect that to stop. Drake May has looked pretty good on the young season with New England. I know that they're also kind of building, but it seems like they're buying into the program. Meanwhile, I don't know what the Steelers are doing with their defense. That offense will get better as the year goes. I'm pretty sure of that. But in this game, the line is Pittsburgh minus 1.5. Give me the Patriots to win this one straight up. Now, next, we got a big game, huge game of the day. There's a couple games in week 3 that just the sports fan in me, I cannot wait to see. And this is one of them. We got the Los Angeles Rams at the Philadelphia Eagles. Both teams coming in 2-0. The Eagles, of course, defending Super Bowl champions. The Rams are the Rams. The Rams have looked really good since Stafford has gotten there, and that really hasn't fallen off, barring any kind of crazy injury. We know what the Rams are. They're going to walk in. They're going to bring a hell of an offense, but the defense isn't looking bad. I mean, just got to be honest about that. Current line on this one is Philly minus 3.5. Give me the Rams. I like the Rams to actually win this one straight up. I think they're going to go in, win by a field goal late, and move to 3-0. Meanwhile, for Philly, this will be one of those quote unquote good losses. It's not the worst thing in the world. I think they'll be fine moving forward. But for this one, give me the Rams straight up. Then we're going to have the New York Jets visiting Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The line on this one currently is Tampa Bay minus 6.5. This one is another one with banged up quarterback. Justin Fields is going to be out this game. Tyrod Taylor is going to start. He's a very solid quarterback, and this offense looked really good week 1, not so much week 2. Let's see how it looks against the Bucs. But the one thing I can say about the Bucs is they're hooping. I'm just saying. You look at what Baker Mayfield is doing. He's looking like that's his home, and he'll be there for a very long time and keep them competitive. For this one, the line's Tampa Bay minus 6.5. Give me the Bucs. Give me the Bucs. Next game up, Las Vegas Raiders at the Washington Commanders. Current line on this one is Washington minus 3.5. This one to me hinges on the health of Jaden Daniels. Don't really know how he's looking, where is he gonna play? That's kind of up in the air. If he doesn't play, give me the Raiders. If he does play, give me Washington. But I like the Raiders to cover. I think this is a field goal game either way. The Raiders are not a bad team. They're just not a great team. I think they're a team that once they really find their legs, they're going to beat some teams. If Chip Kelly can get his thing together, calling plays and having the right people in, I think they really could do a little bit of damage and surprise some people as the season goes on. With that being said, though, Washington is a damn good team. As long as Jaden Daniels is under center, they're going to be in every single game. Now, if he's out and Mariota starts, I don't know. I don't know. If that happens, give me the Raiders. But as of now, I like Washington to win, but I like the Raiders to cover. Then we're going to have Atlanta at Carolina. This close. This close to being the nobody cares game of the week. This close. If it wasn't for them injured quarterbacks. Atlanta, they look like a very average mid team because they were playing the Vikings last week. And the Vikings, I honestly don't think that they're as good as a lot of people think that they are. Meanwhile, Carolina, we saw Bryce Young go out throw 3 tuds last week. He did lose, but we know that Carolina is just like Tennessee, a rebuilding team. So we just expect to see good progression out of them, not for them to go out and be world beaters. That's just not going to happen. Current line on this one is Atlanta minus 5.5. I like Atlanta to win. Give me Carolina to cover. I think Carolina's going to cover that. I don't think that Atlanta offense currently is as dynamic as expected. Then we're going to have the Houston Texans walking into Jacksonville to play the Jaguars. Current line on this one is Jacksonville minus 1.5. Give me the Jags. No slight against Houston at all, but the Jags are at home. They're also trying to find their way with their new coach. They did have a pretty good offensive game last week. They did put up a 27 piece. I think that's going to be enough to go head to head with Houston. I think that they'll be all right. On the Houston side, just got to pull some of these wins out. Could they win? Are they just as good as Jacksonville? Absolutely. At the beginning of the season, I like Houston to win that division. I don't know how that looks. Jacksonville, they're not a bad team. Houston, 0-2. Indy, 2-0. Makes the AFC South look a little bit more wide open. But for this game, Jacksonville favored by that 1.5. Give me the Jags. Then we're going to have an AFC West battle. I think this one's going to be cool. This one was going to kind of set the tone for the teams trying to take over that division from Kansas City. We know Kansas City is down 0-2, but these other two teams in the division, the Broncos, the Chargers, they're good. Can't front on it, can't run from it at all. Current line on this one is Chargers -2.5. Give me the Chargers. Nothing against the Broncos whatsoever, but after the Broncos suffered that devastating loss from that leveraging call last week, I don't know how they rebound from a mental standpoint, especially in special teams. Meanwhile, the Chargers are just looking better and better and better every week. They had a big divisional matchup the last 2 weeks, and they're 2-0 in the division. If they win this one, they can put themselves in a place where they kind of control their own destiny when it comes to winning the division. And to be able to do that after week 3 is tough. So I think Harbaugh is going to have the guys together. Line is Chargers -2.5. Give me the Chargers. Then we're going to have the New Orleans Saints heading out to Seattle. Current line on this one is Seattle -7.5. I actually like the Saints to cover and Seattle to win. And that's just based on the fact that New Orleans Saints defense isn't bad. I'm seeing it's not great. I'm seeing them. They're able to move the ball. They're able to score some. Kamara's still looking like Kamara. Currently, Olave is actually healthy. Meanwhile, Seattle, we know what they look like against the Steelers last week. They put up over 30. They looked actually like a pretty solid football team. I think that they're going to win the game, but I think New Orleans is going to be able to score enough to keep this one within a touchdown. Then we're going to have the Dallas Cowboys at the Chicago Bears. Current line on this one is Dallas -1.5. Give me Dallas all day. No knock on Chicago, but Dallas has an offense that I don't think Chicago can stop, and I don't think Chicago's offense is good enough to put up a ton of points on Dallas, even though their defense doesn't look that great. Chicago's offense still doesn't look all the way put together and meshed and just ready to go. They look like a team that still is going to take some time. Dallas needs wins, and I think Dallas is going to go ahead and take this one home. Last week they eked that out, lost week 1. I think they'll be all right this week. That 1.5 is kind of odd. Give me Dallas minus that 1.5. Then my guys, you see it. You see it. Arizona Cardinals coming into San Fran to play the Niners. This one, huge NFC West matchup. Both teams are going in 2-0. San Francisco's at home. Line is 2.5 on this one. This one could go a bunch of different ways. I like San Francisco. I like them to cover. They're keeping me under a field goal. I like that. Let's see what happens with Brock Purdy. He did practice today. We don't know if he's going to be ready to go, if he's going to be ready to give it 100%. Absolutely don't know that. Meanwhile, Mac Jones looked pretty decent as a backup last week. Not mad at Mac Jones at all whatsoever. I just think that they're either one better than the Cardinals. Cardinals, a fine team. They're 2-0. I just don't think that they match up as well with the Niners. Give me the Niners in this one, minus that 2.5. The Sunday night game, this one is causing a lot of chatter around the football world. You got the Kansas City Chiefs going into New York. Current line on this one is Kansas City -6.5. Give me Kansas City. Give it all to me. I got Kansas City creaming the Giants. A lot of people, I think, because of that game against the Cowboys, are feeling like the Giants are due to break out and win this game. And I think a lot of people are closing the door on Kansas City, and that's kind of stupid. Kansas City is a good team. They lost to two playoff teams, one of which was the Super Bowl winner. And Kansas City was in that game. There was the opportunity to win that game. No one can say that there wasn't. If Kelsey catches that ball, we may have to be having a different conversation. So those Chiefs exist. Meanwhile, the Giants, they put up a ton of yards, a ton of points against a team that doesn't have a very good defense and not a good pass rush. So I like the Chiefs to tighten their shit up. They're champs. They know what to do. They know how to prepare. They know how to get over losses. They're playing a sad team. Give me the Chiefs minus that 6.5. Monday Night Football. This one is the game of the weekend for me. I cannot wait for this one. I don't know what I'm going to cook. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to get it all together. I'm locking in for the Detroit Lions at the Baltimore Ravens. The current line on this one is Baltimore minus 4.5. I like Baltimore to win. I like Detroit to cover. This is one of those games where you kind of just take the home team because they're the home team. But at 4.5 points, I think is a little bit big. I like Detroit to cover this one. I don't know if Baltimore can stop Detroit enough. We know what Baltimore is going to do with L-Jax. This should be a game that Derrick Henry locks in and goes, and this should be one of those 150-yard two-tud games for Derrick Henry, especially after how last week went. But on the other side of the ball, the Lions, they actually showed, hey, our offense was more than Ben Johnson. That's what they're bringing into Baltimore. I will take the home team to win. Give me Detroit to cover. Give me Detroit to cover. Feel how you want to feel about it, but that just happens to be what I like. Now, gotta love it. Big WNBA playoff series still going. Last night, the Liberty got absolutely crushed. So we got to see what happens if Stewie is actually going to come back. I know they didn't like that one. The Lynx eked out their victory against the Valkyrie to move on. A couple big games going on tonight. Will be the playoff race heating up. I'm actually really excited to see some of these young teams hit the playoffs and do their thing. When you can give me Toronto, you can give me Milwaukee. That's what I want to see. I want to see some of these teams that we don't hear about too often. I want them to show up. I'm fine. I have nothing against the Dodgers or some of these other teams. Give me some of that new blood. And I think Major League Baseball is giving me that. I think that's going to happen. College football, not too many real huge games this week. I'm pretty sure there's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 upsets. There's always that one week when it goes crazy like that. Maybe this is the one. I don't know. We will definitely talk about that. Until next time, y'all, I will holler.